Hey, what's up everyone? It's Emily and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to do something different something different from everything I've done before. I've been trying out some new ways to keep myself writing and like when I'm getting burnt out from a certain project, how to continue practicing and making my writing better, coming up with stories, all those good things. And I had an idea that I've seen before, but I don't know exactly where I've seen it before. I thought I would give it a try. If you don't know this about me, I know how to read tarot. I am like really into it ever since the pandemic, or a little bit before the pandemic actually. And so I have a couple decks of tarot cards here with me. This is my beautiful deck, and it's called the Foresight deck. This is the book that it comes with. And I thought something that I could do is shuffle my cards, pick a couple. I would pick like 3 cards, and then from those 3 cards, I would come up with a short story plot. And yeah, I would write a short story based on the tarot cards that I pull. So this is probably going to be really messy and chaotic. Oh my gosh. And I'm thinking if I pull out a major arcana, which if you don't know what that is, that's like the person cards. So like the Hierophant or the Lovers or the High Priestess, those are all major arcana cards. Those would be characters in the story, and then anything else would be just like other elements of the story. And I will take the symbolism and the images in the cards and hopefully find some inspiration with that. So, and I haven't used these cards in a while actually, so they're not in any particular order, so I'm really hoping to get something good. And yeah, here they are all shuffled up. I'm really bad at shuffling. It's one of my worst traits. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to spread them out on the blanket that I'm on, and I will show you what I pulled. Okay, so here's my deck of cards. I'm just gonna do like a little bit of this action. Spread them out. And I'm gonna start with 3 cards and kind of see where that takes me. And from there, see what we've pulled and if I can form a story with that. So I'm gonna do this one. All right, that's the 2 of Cups. I love that card. I don't know, let's do this one. Oh, okay, I grabbed 2, I'm just gonna go with that. 2 of Swords and the 6 of Cups. Already actually quite interesting. I really want to get a major arcana card though. Ace of Cups. Okay, so this is going to be a very emotional story, it sounds like. This is going to revolve around relationships. Okay. Can I get a major arcana? No. Okay, well, I think what I'm going to do to get a major arcana card, because I think it would be fun to have one character in the story already kind of chosen, is I'm going to separate them from the other ones. I probably should have just done this in the first place, but you know, hindsight is 2020. And I am going to just pull from the major arcanas and have a character directly from the deck, which I just thought would be really cool. And they're not all people. So there's like the World, there's the Wheel, the Chariot, and they all kind of represent very specific things. And so I want that to inform, let's say, my main character. That's what I'm gonna do. My main character will be informed by whichever major arcana I pull. Almost done. I'm actually already really excited for this because from what I've already pulled, I already have ideas of what I want this story to kind of be. And I really want to use the imagery that's being shown in the pictures. Okay, so just so you guys see that I'm like shuffling them again, even as horrible as I am at shuffling. I really want to take the imagery from the photos, use that to inform the story. And so water in the tarot normally means emotional, like relationships sort of deal. So for example, the Ace of Cups that I pulled is actually, the ace is the 1, so that's the beginning of the cycle. And so that normally means like a rebirth or something new. A lot of the times if you pull that in a reading, it can mean like a pregnancy. Sorry, I don't know what this hair is doing right now. It's just doing its own thing. All right, so I'm just gonna like, I don't know, choose a random card. Ah. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna do this one. Can you believe it? It's not even a major arcana because I suck. I'm gonna go ahead and pull a random one. My eyes are closed. Not that it matters if this is like random, but I mean it does to me. So, okay, let's do this one. The Fool. Oh my gosh. The fact that this is the card I pulled. The Fool is the first card in the Major Arcana. He is the adventurer wandering into the story. He is like, how to describe the Fool? He's a fool. He is naive. He's young. He's someone who is starting their journey and doesn't really know what lies ahead of them. So this is actually perfect. I love how this is working out. I think I'm gonna pull one more, and that'll be maybe like the antagonist or whatever is working against. So the Fool will be my protagonist in this little like short story, and this one popped out, so I guess it wants to be this one, and it's the Lovers. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the Lovers is my antagonist of this story, and you know, I might take that to mean anything, I'm not really sure yet. And then the Fool will be my protagonist. So the other cards I have are the Two of Cups, the Six of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and the Two of Swords. I'm gonna explain to you what all those cards mean, and then I'm gonna kind of develop what I think my story is gonna be. So let's start with the Fool, our protagonist. Super fun. He is the happy wanderer with plenty of time to stop and smell the roses. Stumbling blocks and tripping hazards, but despite these obstacles, there's no sign of imminent danger. He carries his little walking stick, and that has everything that he owns inside of it. He bends down to pick a white rose from the bush. The image of the pure white blossoms reinforces his own innocence and purity. The black tunic is emblazoned with yellow sunflowers and a tree of life design. He also wears a jaunty green cap with red feather that blows in the breeze. While hats, caps, and other head coverings represent thought and intellectual ability, a feather in one's cap is a long-standing symbol of victory and success. This Fool might be inexperienced, but he's not a simpleton. Near his feet, the Fool's dog, his faithful, loyal traveling companion, nips and chases his own tail. In the distance, a range of mountain peaks hints at the boundaries to be crossed, challenges to be overcome, and adventures that await in strange and distant lands. The Fool embodies the element of air. He's light, and he's not enslaved to gravity, like a feather in the wind. He's calm and unconcerned with the mendacities of day-to-day life. He means things like freedom, innocence, naivete, new beginnings, originality, eccentricity, adventure, idealism, youth, enthusiasm, excitement. So this is a really cool card to pull as our protagonist, and I definitely think what's really nice about it is there's definitely, literally, a journey that we can go with this character to the end of the story. So the Fool, our protagonist. Now let's look at our antagonist that our protagonist will be working against. They're like naked, so I'm just not gonna like show this picture up close because I don't know, like people might get offended by that or something. But just so you know, it's like, it's kind of an Adam and Eve scene where there's like one tree that's on fire on the right, and then there's a tree on the left, and that has apples and the serpent on it, and then above them is like an angel figure. And then in the background, there's a volcano with a bunch of like ash or cloud in the sky, and the Adam character is trying to help the Eve character back up because she has assumably fallen or something. This specific drawing in the card represents him offering her a hand. This is the first time that they're meeting. Their fate, however, is practically sealed. The serpent is already whispering in Eve's ear. He tempts her to taste forbidden fruit from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Above the clouds that separate earth below from the heaven above, the archangel Raphael is waiting and watching. So that's who that angel figure is in the top. Love, passion, and commitment, but it's also a card of communication and clear thinking. Two trees are visible behind them. The tree of life is burning on the right. Its eternal flames symbolize the passionate energy of spirit and the primal drive for existence. The tree of knowledge on the left. The forbidden fruit comes from the tree of knowledge. Before Adam and Eve tasted it, they were blissfully ignorant. The Garden of Eden, like all gardens, symbolizes order and control, protection, refuge, rest, and reflection. Raphael is one of 7 archangels and one of just 3 mentioned specifically by name in the Bible. Raphael's name means God has healed, and he is the archangel of marriage, healing, joy, happy meetings, and travel, which actually works perfectly because the Fool is also traveling like on a journey. So some of our keywords for this are choice, communication, compatibility, love, romance, attraction, desirability, flirtation, choices, partnerships, balance, duality. But reversed, which we could definitely play with, would be infidelity, suspicion, jealousy, obsession, and abuse. So something that maybe I could play with my protagonist is maybe he has a choice to make with a relationship, and he's naive and on this journey, and innocent and all of these things, but maybe either the antagonist isn't any of that, maybe there's some sort of deception happening here, or maybe it's someone that he wants to have a relationship with and he has to make the choice of like how he's going to do that. That's kind of how I'm feeling with these two cards right now. Let's talk about the other cards I pulled. Let's start with the Ace of Cups. An open hand larger than life emerges from a swirling bank of clouds. It holds a golden chalice on its outstretched palm, overflowing with 5 streams of water, one for each of the 5 senses. The water falls into a tranquil blue lake dotted with lilies like a Monet painting. Chalice is the Holy Grail, the cup that was shared at the Last Supper and later used to collect Christ's blood after his crucifixion. Cups are feminine, and the Ace of Cups is also a symbol of the womb, where new life is nurtured and created. The Ace of Cups is the first card in the suit of cups, the suit that corresponds to the element water. The Ace of Cups is a fountain, and with all the following cards in the suit will flow from its bottomless depths. All of the aces represent new beginnings because the suit of cups corresponds to the realm of emotions. So like a new friendship or a romantic relationship. This fits in perfectly with the Two of Cups, which is like the Lover's card, the possibility for new romance. So it's a man and a woman coming face to face. One wears a crown of roses, which is the symbol of a passionate mind. The woman is crowned with a laurel wreath, a symbol of victory and honor. They stand in front of an idyllic backdrop with a cozy cottage nestled in a grove of trees. The homestead offers the quiet comfort of marriage and a happy family life. This card means young love, romance, attraction, passion, desire, marriage, union, affinity, friendship, compatibility, affection, faithfulness, harmony, pleasure, but reversed could mean infidelity, jealousy, longing, loneliness, isolation, misunderstanding, and unrequited love, which I may play with that because we need some sort of conflict going on here. So maybe it's an unrequited love story. Maybe it's obsession, misunderstanding, or miscommunication. I think that might be where I lean towards with this story because I need some sort of conflict coming in here. The next card I have is the Six of Cups. So again, we've got more water, more emotions happening here, which is the reminder of simple pleasures. It is the card of nostalgia and happy memories. So we have 2 children in a medieval courtyard with flowers. They represent the innocence of childhood. Historically, the Six of Cups suggested that an inheritance was on the way, and it was also known as the card of pleasure. So upright, this could mean innocence, sentimentality, nostalgia, reunions, memories, sweetness, childhood affection, homesickness, longing, excessive attachment to the past, false memories, and unrequited love. So we've got this like whole thing with like love back and forth. This is actually kind of insane how it's all like lining up so well. Then our last card, which I think is going to throw a wrench into things, is the Two of Swords. This is what it looks like. You can see she has 2 swords beside her and she's blindfolded. This card symbolizes and forewarns of difficult decisions, discussions, and debate. So in this photo, the woman is blindfolding herself. She stands between the 2 swords on either side of her, like a minor version of the goddess of justice. Two of Swords is the card of difficult decisions, discussions, and debate. While the conflict is usually internal, it can find its expression in the outside world as well. The 2 swords represent 2 conflicting opinions, so she must choose between 2 equally valid options. While she's blindfolded, she'll be forced to rely on her other senses, including her intuition. Historically, the Two of Swords was said to represent friendship and harmony, as well as gifts for a woman or influential protection for a man in search of help. Some also said that the Two of Swords symbolized interaction and dealings with rogues. So upright, this is faith, belief, confidence, discernment, discrimination, decisions, choices, equilibrium, balance, initiation. And reversed is blindness, undecision, disloyalty, treachery, and lies. So this is definitely a fun one to put into this little kind of like love story that I think is brewing underneath everything. And I think maybe that's gonna have to do with betrayal or lies or some sort of deception happening with our main character. I'm not exactly sure what that is yet. I don't know what this story looks like. I'm gonna just like write down some ideas and see what I can come up with and like what really strikes me about these cards. So like, for example, I really love the way the moon looks here. And I love the flowers. Flowers is like a reoccurring thing. So we have the lilies, we have the roses, and we have, I'm not sure exactly which flower this is that they're arranging. It might say in the book somewhere. And we've got fire, we've got the dog. So we've got lots of things to play around with. And I think I just need to write some things down and kind of see where we go from there. Hey y'all, okay, so if you hear any background noise, it's because Hugo just got God of War Ragnarok and he's currently playing it in the other room, but I wanted to kind of update you. So what I did is I talked with Hugo about the cards that I pulled, and together we kind of came up with a storyline, and it's a little dark. So let Let me just be upfront with that. I have a tendency, even though I don't read a lot of horror, I really like writing it because I like exploring the different, oh my gosh, my hair, so sorry. I like exploring the different facets of the human psyche. I don't know, I think it's interesting. I think you can find a lot there. So it's gonna be really dark. And I really liked the idea of like putting a twist on some of the cards that we pulled because they were so relationship romance kind of heavy in a lot of ways. I was like, let's try something new. Like, let's do something like unexpected with these cards. So the baseline plot of this short story is going to be that this guy Chase, that's what I named him, is moving to this new town. It's a small town in the middle of nowhere from the big city, and he's running away from something that happened in his past. He's on this journey. He's kind of innocent. He's really young, like 24, and he's moving to this town. It's his first time owning a house, and he's just like, this is gonna be great. I'm having a great life and this is gonna be amazing in this new town. And he meets his neighbors, Amy and Ren, I named them, and they own the local restaurant. So Chase starts working for them and finds out that there is a secret that in this town and with his neighbors that he can't really hide. And so he's gonna have a choice to make between them, and all of the cards will play into this somehow, and I'm interested if, like, when people read it, if they will be able to pick out all of the different things that I pulled from the cards to put in this story. It's a little bit unexpected from what I thought it was going to be after the initial pull, but the more I thought about it, the more this idea kind of intrigued me, and that I thought it would be really fun. Right now, it's sitting at about 5 pages, 12-point double space. It's probably going to be under 10, but it's going to be more than what it is right now. And I don't think I'm going to be able to finish the story in time by the time this video is uploaded, and I'm so sorry. I am going to plan on having it done by Monday, and then when I do my update video for NaNoWriMo on Monday, I'm also going to have this short story linked as well. And then I think I'm going to make this whole thing a series. So I'm going to use this as a writing exercise for myself, as a way to just keep myself writing and coming up with new stories, because it's always great to learn and explore and do what I can to just create and be better at my craft every day. So I want this to be a series, and if you're interested in more of this kind of thing, like, feel free to do this as well. I think that could be really fun. So I'm gonna keep working on this story. If I was faster at writing this story, I probably would have it done in time. I just really wanted to take my time with it and make it pretty decent before I showed it to everyone, because I'm very self-conscious about my writing. Still learning, and like, I'm not amazing by anyone's standards, so but be on the lookout on Monday for my story when I upload it for everyone to read, and I really hope everyone likes it. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more of my writing and bookish content, please feel free to subscribe to my channel and like this video. It really helps me out a lot. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one.